Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnanam Jnanam Shalakaya Chakshuramitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Om Gurave Namah. Gurave Namah. Gurave Namah. Gurave Namah. Okay, so lesson from the Titanic, everybody. We are going to be having this discussion on the Titanic and what are the lessons that we can see, what can the lessons that we can derive from it. But before I start, how many of you know what is the Titanic? You've seen the Titanic. You might have watched movies about the Titanic. You may have, you might have seen pictures about the Titanic, about how 1,500 plus people died, on its first journey. How 1,500 people died on his first journey, and how this was a very big news. Just like a few weeks ago or a few months ago, there was also this situation of group of people that went inside the ocean to go and view this Titanic, and they all died in their submarine. There was also a news like that, on board, and you can see how this news, how it generated lot of noise. Everybody was so interested in it. And why was everybody interested? They were interested because they want to understand, they want to see what is it really that is happening. And this is where it is also important for us to analyze and see what is the Titanic. First of all, the RMS Titanic was a ship that was built with the best quality materials. This ship was built with the best equipment in town. This ship was built with and it has the best qualified doctors, the best qualified physicians, the best qualified captain. The best of all the best in the world, as at that time, were the people that were put into this ship as crew members. So it is expected that this ship is supposed to, is supposed to give very good class, first class service with high protection. But this RMS Titanic was built as a competition to another shipping company. Once the owner of this RMS Titanic that built this RMS Titanic was on a journey on a particular ship called RMS California. Now, this RMS California, they were doing some conversation one day, and then the owner of the RMS California, he insulted the owner of the RMS Titanic, the person that later became the owner of RMS Titanic. This man was not happy. Like, how can you say this to me? You will see, I will do something that is bigger than you. So he built RMS Titanic. RMS Titanic was built as what? As a competitor to RMS California, which was, as at that time, one of the biggest shipping company, one of the biggest luxury, ship, in the world as at that time. So when the RMS Titanic was built, it was said that some of the stewards on the ship said that this ship is so wonderful that God himself cannot sink it. This is what some of the stewards, the people that were working on top of the ship, they said. The ship is so wonderful, it's so wonderfully made, so with highly sophisticated machine, highly sophisticated equipment, that God himself cannot sink this ship. And on this wonderful day of, on 15th of April, 1912, exactly maybe 150, 110 or 15 years, from now, from, today, this ship sank. It hit an iceberg on the North Atlantic Ocean, and 1,517 people died in this disaster. And out of this 1,715, just only 705 people were saved, that survived, but then the rest people, they died. And there are some interesting things that I want to explain to you guys here relating to this RMS Titanic, which is to let you understand one thing. First of all, the RMS Titanic, even though it got all the signs and it got all the indications that it needs to be careful, it did not listen. They did not pay attention. They refused to listen. Why? You see, when disaster strikes, when problem comes upon everybody, it does not matter what caliber you are, it does not matter what category you are, everybody is going to die. On the RMS Titanic, there were the rich, there was the super rich, there was the poor, and there was the super poor people. But when the problem comes, when the calamity come, when problem come upon on them, is it not? It is every one of them that experienced the problem. There is no that, the poor person did not experience or the rich person did not. Everyone was experienced that disaster. And when death come, it is all of them that died. RMS Titanic was built as a competitor to RMS California with the best equipment, the best technology in town. As at that time, the best electrical gadgets, everything that is electrical was put in that RMS Titanic. Before RMS Titanic sank, it was given notice by RMS California that be careful, the way is not good, be careful, be careful, be careful. But RMS Titanic, they say pride comes before the fall. Pride comes what? Before the fall. RMS Titanic refused to listen to the notice, to the SOS, information that was being passed by RMS California, telling it the road is not good, it is very foggy, be very careful. Because they have so much trust in the material thing that they have been able to build that they failed to listen to the sound of reasoning that was being given to them. Which is also the same thing with each and every one of us. Once in a while in our life, we focus so much on our ability that, I believe so much in these things that we fail to listen to the word of advice of other people. Before danger comes to you, danger comes to give you a notice. There's no one that is going to say that, danger just come unexpectedly like that. It is impossible. Even death himself does not come unexpectedly. Before death comes, when death is coming, it comes to give you a notice. It gives you a notice. Are you understanding? Even death itself, before it comes, it does what? It gives you a notice. Like, hey, I am coming to you. I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you. And what are the notice it gives? It gives you signs in your body. It gives you restlessness. You start feeling restless. Like, what is happening? What is about to happen? It gives you signs to let you know that it is coming. So danger does not just occur unexpectedly like that. So some people say that, this is unexpected. It happened unexpectedly. No, that is not true. It happened. The notification has been given, but a lot of us, we are very, very nonchalant. What I mean by that is we don't really pay attention to the different omens that the universe sends our way. For us to take something serious, we are always expecting some dramatic thing to happen for us to think that, this is an omen from the universe. We always expect some dramatic, there have to be some drama. And when there is no drama, then we don't pay attention to it. But understand, before death comes upon anybody, 5 years before that particular day that the last death is going to happen, death have started coming to give that person information and guidance and notice that I am coming. Death has started coming. It comes in your dreams. It comes in the way you feel about yourself. It comes in the apparition you feel. It gives you notice. So problem comes to give us notice before the major problem happens. And that is why you will see when problem happen to people, the first thing, some of the first thing they will say is like, oh, I know it. I was feeling it too. I was feeling it. But why did I not pay attention to it? If you were feeling it, why did you not pay attention to it? You know? Oh, my mind was telling me that this is going to happen, but then you did not pay attention to it. It is only when it has happened then we start wanting to pay acknowledgement to that calamity that, oh, I was being informed. So it is also in this way we see on the RMS California, on the RMS Titanic, it was built as a competition to others. So a lot of people, they mold their life as a competition to the life of other people. They want to do things more better than other people. In marital life, you will see, this is what you will find in schools. Schools, they don't teach their children to go to become educated. What they teach the children is to become competitors of one another. You have a first certificate. You got first position. This one got second position. So the one that got second position becomes the enemy of the one that has first position. The one that has third position becomes jealous of the one that has second position. The one that has fifth position becomes jealous of the one that has first position. So this jealousy is created among the society, and we think that this is the real existence. This is how life is supposed to be. While every one of us is jealous of each other, just like RMS California and RMS Titanic. It was built by the owner because he saw that he was insulted, so he wants to build something more better. And in that process, when disaster strike, everyone is in the same boat. Just like a few days ago or a few months ago, you guys heard the news about the earthquake in Turkey. Where lots of people died. Lots of people. When you see that earthquake in Turkey, you see houses breaking down, falling on people, everybody being buried alive and all of that. What do you see? You see the rich, the poor, the super rich, all of them in that same situation. So when disaster comes, there's no one that is excluded out of it. Everybody is in it. Everybody. When COVID, a few years ago, 2021, there was COVID. Everybody was on lockdown. It does not matter if the person was the chief of staff of a whole country or the prime. It was also on a lockdown. So when disaster happens, when problem happens, it is all of us that is going to feel it. But now, how do you rise? How do you prepare yourself before problem happens? This here is what a lot of people don't pay attention to. They only prepare themselves for problems, but they don't prepare themselves to be mentally ready before the problem happens. Are you understanding? Are you guys following me? So the RMS Titanic, when it was sinking, first class people, highly exalted business class people died. Also, poor people that were not sleeping in the first class. People that were eating only one small bread in a day, and those that are eating chicken and all of that on morning, afternoon, evening, they all died together. When calamity comes, what you have, your possession becomes not important. When the calamity happened and everybody was trying to look for their life, do you think anybody was thinking about their property? No, but although they had gold and jewelries and diamonds and the best clothes, everything, they had it on themselves. But at that time, when disaster is there, no one was thinking about all of that. Everyone is just thinking about one thing: how do I get out of this? And this is one of the lessons we must learn about disaster, which is nobody is spared. No one. When it comes upon you, it comes upon everybody. There's no one that when disaster comes upon is free of it. It's free of it. Your suitcase is not going to save you. Your house is not going to save you. It doesn't even matter if your house is the best house or the beautiful or not beautiful. Everyone is going to face the same consequence of the disaster. And it is also important that we must understand death is eventually going to come to all of us. Disaster also eventually comes to one of each and every one of us, but we run away from it. We pray against God. Every disaster, push it away from me. Every problem, push it away from me. We pray against it every day, but disaster is also important. It comes. The point is, how alert are you to see it? In Africa, there is a saying by the Africans that says that Ifunra oni ogun agba, meaning being alert to the omens of the world is the medicine of an old man. Being sensitive to the omens of what is happening around him is the medicine of an old man, because when the old man is sensitive to all of this, he's able to know how to protect himself. When you look at the Titanic, it also lets us to understand how quickly everything in our life can change from one moment to the other. Everything. Our life every day is disturbed by one problem or the other. You hear one family member calling you and telling you about this. My Param Guru Maharaj, which is His Holiness Bhakti Tita Swami Maharaj, he wrote a prayer one day and he said, "My dear Lord, today I woke up and I'm feeling stressed. I don't know who you are going to use to be the instrument of my stress today. I don't know who you are going to use to act. The person that is going to come and give me stress today, I don't know who the person is going to be, but today I woke up feeling stressed. But whoever that person is going to be that you're going to use to give stress and anxiety to me today, please give me the right intelligence that I not get carried away by those feelings and those emotions." Do you understand? That is the prayer that His Holiness Bhakti Tita Swami Maharaj wrote. So every day of our life we wake up, we don't know who is going to be the bringer of bad news to us. We don't know. We don't know who the person is going to be used that is going to be used as, as going to be used as an instrument to give stress to us, anxiety to us, either through what they say or through what they act or how they behave. We don't know who is going to be used, but it comes one way or the other. It may not come exactly every month, but it comes in 1 month before the year runs out. You're going to experience anxiety. You're going to experience things that is going to put you in mental stress. It definitely comes. And it comes through different people. But this is how this is the way of the world here. And that is why it is important that at every point of our life, we must always hold tightly onto the lotus feet of the Lord. We must always hold tightly onto the lotus feet of the Lord, because that is where our protection is. When you become overwhelmed, when we become overwhelmed with our life problems, we look for people to speak words into our life so that that word alone becomes like a soothing balm to the trouble of our heart, but only for a short while. Only for a short while. And after some time, we look for more words. We keep looking for more words. Someone to keep saying something so that we can feel that our mind is okay. So when you look at the RMS Titanic, it was built out of vengeance. The owner wanted to exact revenge upon RMS California. And what happened? Anything that is done out of vengeance does not last long. Anything that is done out of what? Out of vengeance does not last long, does not go anywhere. And that is why it is important. It is very, 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 very important that we must always, every day, we must check our consciousness. When we are relating with people, when we are talking with people, we must always check our consciousness. And we must be alert. Be alert to the information that the universe is going to bring to you. Be alert to the omens that the universe is going to bring to you. Be alert, be alert, be alert. A lot of us, our eyes, we are walking on the road, our eyes is open, but our eyes is also blind. Our eyes is open, we are walking, our eyes is open, but it is also blind because we cannot see. We are walking, and that because we cannot see, we fall down. So when you look at the Titanic, you will see how when we depend so much on what we have and not have a little dependence on the supreme nature of the Lord or on the supreme power of the Lord, it is a recipe for disaster. It is a what? It is a recipe for disaster. There must always be this presence of the Supreme Lord to help us remain balanced. To help us do what? To help us remain balanced. When there is no mercy, it becomes difficult. Everybody on the RMS Titanic, they were all enjoying their life. But the problem is, how prepared are you when the problems of your life is going to start presenting themselves to you? Nobody is ever prepared for that. Everybody is only prepared for enjoyment. And that is why everybody pray for, Lord, give me things, let me achieve my goal, let me enjoy. But how prepared are you for problem? How many body here is praying for problem? Raise your hand up. Nobody is praying for it, but it comes to you anyway. But then how prepared are you for it? All right. Question.